How do you feel about women being preachers?
I don't have an issue with it because my grandmother was preaching my whole life. So she's always been this fireball preacher, and people have always loved her preaching. My mom included, my grandfather included. So I don't have an issue with that at all. That's just
Yeah.
what I grew up seeing. My grandmother's always been, even to this day, she has this prayer line she does, and her and she has just people come on the prayer line and she prays for them. They have Bible study, and she's been doing this for years. So even my students know, my grandmother is the person they asked to go pray for them, and but when I bought the school, she came to pray over the school and all that stuff. Like that's what she does. That's how I was
Amazing.
raised.
Or
Yep.
what made women want to be preachers? Because God don't call women to be preachers and pastors and things like that. What do you think made women want to be preachers? Because God would never put a woman over men, right? God in Christ. You believe it? You're a Christian, right?
Yes.
Do you believe in that order of God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children?
Yeah, absolutely. That's like the umbrella thing. Yep.
Yeah. And so what made women be preachers since God is not encouraging them to do it? How do they come up with they want to be a preacher?
I couldn't tell you. I had to ask my grandma or something. I never, asked the question. So I probably have to ask her, ask my mom.
Have you ever wondered that at all? How come y'all, the women, my mama, my grandmama, and Sister Rose down the road are all preachers? How did that happen? You ever questioned that?
No, I never really questioned it because I, saw so much positivity come from it, and so much, we done at the church, grandma and granddad, and my mom and stuff. So I've seen so much done, miracles happen. I mean, that's how I grew up. So I didn't really have a question for it unless something bad was happening, but nothing bad ever happened. With our churches, it's just just major moves of God, and that's why I'm still a Christian. So
When you were growing up, not having your father there, it sounded like you had stepfathers. How did you
Yes, sir.
handle your mother's imposing her will on you? When she would be impatient or she would try to make you do things you weren't ready to do yet and stuff like that. When she tried to impose her will on you, how did you deal with that? How did you handle that?
Well, my grandmother raised my mom pretty swell. So my mom, is a great mom, and I never really had to deal with like her overpowering like my stepdad and raising me and stuff like that. Like she would always go to him for what to do with me. Like the most she would say is, I'm disappointed in you or something like that, or go wash the dishes and stuff like that. But as far as like, major things, it was always my former stepdad, who would was doing the rearing, of course, my mom, I'm disappointed in you. You shouldn't do that. I'm gonna tell your dad on you, and stuff like that. But it was never any of that. Now, my grandmother was a little bit, like that because she was my grandmother's like super, super, super Bible. So like, I don't care what it was. Like, if my
Bible
grandmother say something,
thumper.
yeah. So my grandma's like, if she says it's the devil, you can't do it. If you like, she wouldn't let us watch certain movies and all that stuff, So that was grandma. But my mom never like imposed her will or anything like that. It was always, talking to me, softly and speaking to me. And my grandmother and my mom did a great job of trying to show me what a wife, was supposed to be. They did that, and I've watched them do that. So that's how I know, how I'm supposed to choose and who I'm supposed to be with and
Are
what
you
type of
married
person I'm
now?
supposed to. No, I was married. I was previously married. Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You have kids?
Yes, sir. I had both of my children in marriage. I had two of them, King William and King Randall II.
Really? So
Yes,
you've
sir.
been married with, and you have kids, a little old enough to have kids or be married.
Yes. I got married immediately out of high school
And what made you marry so soon?
because of how I was raised.
You were raised to get married soon?
Yep. Well, not necessarily soon. It's just married because that's what I wanted to do, and I was raised to do that. I've always wanted to be a husband and a father. I've always wanted a lot of children. That's how I was raised. So that's why I got married out of high school. I was ready for it.
Did you
So
marry the
that's
wrong woman?
I wouldn't say that I married the wrong woman. I would never say anything about her like that. It's just I guess we'll say we just weren't equally yoked.
Oh,
And yeah, we just had to keep it moving. We were two different people, but we have two beautiful children. We co-parent well, and that's how that went. So yes, sir.
amazing. So do you think you will ever get married again?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. I definitely
why?
want to be married because I cannot operate at my full capacity without a woman.
Oh, really? Um, that's amazing. So you cannot. What does that mean? I can't operate at my fullest capacity without a woman.
Because she is gonna bring out everything in me that I didn't even know was there.
Like all the hell.
That too. She's gonna make sure I'm angry when I need to be. She's gonna make sure I'm
That's for sure.
in the background,
Yeah.
that I don't have it, like, like, for example, like people I may be talking to or dealing with. Wives are, in the background, kind of paying attention, and come back home, baby, I don't think that person is good for you to be talking to, or we're looking at back end things, or whatever, just giving me the energy I need, or giving me the motivation I may need when I feel like giving up or whatever, or even just helping with certain things that I may not see that needs to be done, with my business dealings or whatever. They're always there for that, even with child rearing, etc. They're there to help with all of that. I can't have children and operate as a father without a mom. So I think all of that, is it's a balance there. That's why, God made both of us to complement each other, and he didn't make Adam by himself. He made Adam and he made Eve for them to complement each other. So I definitely don't think I'm able to operate at full capacity unless I have her there in my corner to back me up.
Amazing.